Hi and welcome to my digital portfolio webpage. This is a temporary narration that I've included for the purpose of my second assignment for EDST 411. After I complete this unit, I'll update my narration and my webpage to have less of an ICT focus as I gradually add other aspects of education. Let's start by viewing the concept map that I created as a plan for my digital portfolio. You can make the image larger by clicking on it. Pause my narration now while you have a look at it. Next, you're going to open the home page in a new window. You can do this by clicking the green button that says Home, Begin Tour of Website on this narration page. My narration will continue to play as you move around the new window that you have opened. At the top of my page, you'll see my name. I decided that the oversized text would grab viewers' attention and help them to remember whose digital portfolio they were viewing. Next, I've included my title. I view teaching as a profession and I feel that primary educator is an appropriate title. After that, there's the button that leads you to this narration. I've included a photograph of myself so that the viewer can visualize who has written the content. Underneath my photograph, I've included a brief welcome message, a small amount of context about who I am, and some instructions about how to proceed. I've tried to avoid large chunks of text wherever I was able to on this web page. You can explore the page in your own time, but in order to remain in sync with my narration, I'd like you to scroll down and progress by pressing the green button labelled "Click here to read my resume." I used these buttons to provide a quick alternative to the tabs at the top of the page. You should now be looking at my resume. I tried to keep this resume very brief. A lot of the dot points are things that I'm very passionate about and could discuss for long periods of time, but I feel like those conversations are best saved for an interview setting. I'll give you a moment now to read to the bottom of the page. Please pause the video until you've done that. Welcome back. I hope you found that interesting. I tried to keep it formal to remain professional, but reflective of myself as a person. Next, I'll ask you to please click the "Click here to contact me" button. I've added this feature as a secure alternative to putting my email address or phone number online. From here, I'll get you to click More, which is one of the tabs at the top of your screen, and then from the drop-down menu, please click the National Professional Standards of Teaching. Now, it's not necessary for you to read all of this text. The content remains very similar to the content available on the official EITSL website. Here, it has just been reformatted. This is mentioned at the bottom of the page, with a link to the original website to make it clear that I'm not trying to plagiarize this as my own writing. If you scroll down, you'll see that I've changed the color of the font on 3 instances where ICT is specifically referred to. That was just done for the purpose of this assignment. I've included 2 relevant videos from the EITSL YouTube channel to provide an alternative for visual or auditory learners who might struggle to learn by reading the written text. This page is the first of several references to relevant documents that make up the theory behind my practice. It is here for me to remember and easily access the standards that I'm required to meet in a format that is relevant to me. Could you now please click the button that says "Click here to find out how I teach with technology." I've included a quote from Akara because I think they've summed up the sentiments of the Melbourne Declaration on the educational goals for young Australians in regards to ICT in today's context better than I could have. Now click the green button labelled "Click here to learn about ICT in the Australian curriculum." Again, this is probably information that you already know, but I feel that it is important to provide supporting information about why ICT is being used across all KLAs and in so many school learning experiences. It is additional theory to support my practice. Scroll down and read the information in your own time. I've included the expected level of a student at the end of Year 6 in terms of ICT capability to show that I am aware of the level that my content and tasks should be targeting. I've also included 4 videos from the ACARA YouTube channel that discuss the future of technology in Australian education. I think it is important for teachers to be up to date on curricular changes such as ICT being tested in NAPLAN tests and NAPLAN tests being conducted online by 2016. This influences the emphasis that I'm going to place on ICT in my lessons. Finally, I'll ask you to click the button at the bottom of this page that will take you back to Teaching with Technology. You'll find the majority of the content that you're after for this assignment on this page. Now that the theoretical climate has been explored, the text should speak for itself from this point. I link ICT to the 7 National Professional Standards of Teaching, and I've provided examples from my teaching. Videos, a web quest, and photographs of other lessons that I have taught involving ICT are scattered throughout the text. Feel free to check out my educational Pinterest board by clicking the P at the bottom of this page. I've compiled hundreds of teaching ideas on this board. This is an example of technology assisting teaching and learning. Thank you for listening to my narration and for viewing my digital portfolio. If you have any issues that you think I can clarify, please click the envelope symbol at the bottom of the page, which will send an email directly to my university email address.